Ventura County, California.
California?
Yeah. Maybe 25 years now.
25.
Oh, I think it was probably an old girlfriend bought me a little kit. Most brewers start that way.
Yeah?
Again, it depends on my mood. I love beer. I have no single favorite style other than I do prefer the Belgian suite of beer styles in general, but I have no particular favorite style. I love good fresh German beers and good British beers. And so many of our good American beers, I love them all, but it just depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a big old juicy, fruity Belgian double. Other times I'd like a dry Czechoslovakian lager. It just depends. I think I would have to say the Belgian doubles, but that's like asking who's your favorite kid. I love so many other styles. It just depends. The most difficult part of homebrew is for the homebrewer to admit to himself that his beer is not very good. There's a tendency in all of us think that what we've done is better than it really is. So I think for a home brewer, the most important thing they can do is step back and take an objective look at their beer. And if they're able to do that, then they're in a position to get better at it. If you're not able to do that, then you'll continue to make flawed beer. Three things: taste test, and taste test. That's the most important thing a homebrewer can do. When you think you've got a good beer in a certain style, go out and find a commercial example that is considered very good and taste test yours against that. And if you stand up, then you've done a good job and you can move on to the next style. If yours is inferior, you need to keep working on it until it comes into line. I don't have a favorite style of beer to brew. Any beer that I brew, I want to do the best I can and make the best example of that style I can. But as far as brewing, they all have their own challenges, but I don't have a particular favorite style of beer that I brew. Sure, and all brewers have the same story. And I'm talking about commercial brewers and brewers. Some of the very well-known commercial beer styles that you will drink were in fact mistakes. And if you know the brewer and the brewery, they will admit to it. And I've also had my mistakes that have turned out pretty good. Yeah, every brewer makes a little error. The important thing is what do you do to correct the error, and the resulting beer oftentimes is quite good. So a lot of great beer styles and great beers on the market today were in fact mistakes, and I can name this stuff.
Anything in particular?
No, I'll keep that between me and the brewer.
Or?
Oh, of course it makes the beer better. We just love dogs. Oftentimes they outnumber the people here at the pub, and we welcome them as long as they're friendly. And sure, dogs and beer go great together. I was a home brewer for 20 years, and I got to the point in my home brewing with the equipment that I have. I do relax when I home brew, which is my home brewing setup is now a test brew setup for the pub. And yes, I do relax when I'm home brewing, but here at the pub it is not as relaxing yet. It can be a bit stressful because we like to hit every number correctly, and there's lots of them to hit, and when we're successful, we're happy. When we're not, we make the appropriate adjustments, but it is a bit stressful to brew here at the pub as opposed to brewing at home.
Well, Dennis is our head brewer. He's the brains behind all the recipe formulations, and if we ever get stuck in a rut, he knows how to dig our way out of it. But yeah, he's our head brewer, and the guy's a trip. He actually in a past life was a geologist. He actually had his own engineering company, partner, and they would map out, what's a good term for it, I guess, like fields, what's suitable for building on, what's suitable for not building on, everywhere from earthquake hazard to just solid foundations, just all sorts of stuff. And that's why we named all the Belgian beers after minerals. That's homage to his geology career. Yeah, we have certain beer styles that we can use well water for, but one thing that Dennis would, or the way he put it towards me one time was, so what happens when you dig a foot to the ground here? You're gonna hit limestone.
Yeah.
So your water, is actually held into, these aquifers that are all made out of limestone. Deposits will get into the water, which results in hard water. But we actually filter it and then add our own minerals to emulate water profiles from around the world. Like the Great Walls of Britain, or whatever they call them.
The White Walls.
The White Walls of Britain, yeah. Those are actually made out of chalk. So when we do British beers, we'll actually introduce some chalk into our water profile to emulate what we call burn-on-train water.
That's pretty cool.
But when we filter our water, we essentially start with a blank slate and then build our mineral profile using total dissolved solid meters and pH meters to quantify and control that variable to brew a better beer.